Welcome to the Deep Dive. We're your shortcut to being well-informed. Today's Deep Dive comes from Thomas Allgaier and Fretness, and it's based on the most relevant LinkedIn posts about channel marketing in calendar weeks 33 and 34. And Fretness, as you probably know, is a B2B market research company. They work with enterprises to optimize campaigns using account and executive insights, really going far beyond what AI alone can do. So our mission today: unpack the top channel marketing trends we saw making waves on LinkedIn during those couple of weeks.
Yeah, it really is a fantastic snapshot. You get this wide lens on, what the thought leaders and the practitioners are actually talking about right now. Our goal is basically to cut through all that noise for you, help you quickly grasp the critical shifts, maybe find some actionable strategies that are shaping channel marketing. We'll touch on, quite a bit. Everything from the basics, like program design, right through to the latest in digitalization and how those partner ecosystems are evolving. It's a real mix.
Absolutely. Okay, so let's dive in. Our first big theme: it's all about partnership strategy and enablement. And what immediately jumps out, I think, is this really strong emphasis on building programs that genuinely serve the partners, not just, ticking vendor boxes.
You've really hit the core insight there. There's this really strong call for direct partner input when you're developing tools. People like Rick Flores and Rachel Turkisy recently highlighted this, saying that creating partner portals or PRMs, those partner relationship management systems, without involving partners, it's just asking for, quote, high cost and low adoption risk.
High cost, low adoption.
Yeah.
That sounds about right.
It's not just about the wasted budget, though.
Yeah.
It implies partners feel like they're not being heard. So the tools just sit there. The real insight is that co-creation. It's not just a nice to have anymore. It's actually a critical strategy to get genuine adoption and, a real ROI.
Makes perfect sense. If they don't use the tools, what's the point? And it's not just about the new tools, is it? Chris Westphal, he points out that a lot of existing partner models, maybe ones that have gone a bit stagnant, they're being seriously re-engineered right now. The goal isn't just chasing new logos, but reigniting performance in the ecosystems you already have. How does that actually look in practice?
It really comes down to tighter strategic alignment and outcome-based measurement. That's the key phrase. So instead of just tracking, say, the number of leads they bring in.
Right, the volume metric.
Exactly. Outcome-based measurement means aligning on shared goals. Things like customer retention rates, maybe specific revenue targets from joint solutions you build together. It's a fundamental shift, really, from focusing on just activity to measurable business impact from your existing network. And if you connect that back to, the basics: solid onboarding, proper enablement, and actual engagement or activation, these aren't optional anymore. Roberto Davetti actually provided a really detailed framework for structuring channel programs, especially for IT distributors and vendors. He stresses having clear decision frameworks.
He even suggests doing a role-play exercise, doesn't he, to really test out the partner experience. That sounds incredibly practical. What's involved there?
Exactly. It means you literally walk through the entire partner journey, but from their perspective.
Yeah.
You ask the key questions, like how do they actually get into the program? What targets are they supposed to hit? What sales tools do they get? How do the incentives work? Training, technical support, all of it. It's about ensuring it's repeatable, consistent, that their experience is smooth and logical, not just easy for the vendor, but actually works for the partner.
That's a powerful way to really center the partner. Okay, let's transition a bit. Our second theme: partnerships and vendor ecosystems. It's pretty clear this landscape is, constantly moving. Lots of new opportunities, but also some pretty big disruptions happening.
Indeed. And what's fascinating here is seeing how, yes, new opportunities are framed, but also how these significant disruptions are forcing everyone to recalibrate their strategies, often really quickly.
Yeah, and speaking of opportunities, Tino Tendamakombe recently shared some interesting stuff about tapping into, AWS funding opportunities, untapped value, basically. He specifically mentioned programs like MAP for migrations. That's the Migration Acceleration Program. It can offer pretty significant financial help for partners moving customer workloads to AWS. A clear value path there.
Absolutely. And then you have the flip side, the big disruptions. Ivet Petrova-Madzarova detailed Broadcom closing VMware's VCSP program, the cloud service provider one. That move has a lot of providers scrambling, urgently looking at alternatives like Apache Cloud Stack, just to stay sustainable.
Wow, yeah, that's huge.
It is, because Broadcom's shift to this invite-only model, it basically leaves tons of smaller cloud partners with no direct route to market. So there's this immediate critical need for them to find alternatives, something future-proof, just to keep their market share and, importantly, their customer trust. It really makes you wonder, how quickly can those smaller players actually adapt to something that big, find new ways to grow?
Yeah, it must force a massive rethink of their whole business model. On a maybe slightly more positive note, Catherine Kennedy shared best practices for optimizing Microsoft partnerships. Her insights really hammer home prioritizing customer value, deal contribution alignment, and relationship investment. It really underscores that relational aspect, doesn't it? Not just the transaction.
Precisely. And beyond those big examples, we're seeing other alliances expanding globally, like Titan Data Solutions teaming up with Scale Computing and Supermicro. At the same time, there's recalibration happening because of changes like in the SAP Partner Edge Open ecosystem, though Marian Zeiss noted their build track is still open for committed applicants.
Yep.
So some stability there. And, we shouldn't forget Clay relaunching its partner program. Kareem Amin, Varun Anand, Everett Berry shared that. It looks clearly positioned to boost agency collaboration, drive more partner-aligned growth, a move towards integration.
Okay, let's shift gears again. Let's talk digitalization and automation. This feels like an area where tech's role is just undeniable now, almost revolutionary for channel marketing sometimes. What's the biggest shift you noticed?
Well, the speed at which AI is being deployed to just eliminate manual PartnerOps tasks, partner operations, that's truly transformative. It's boosting efficiency, scalability significantly. Patrick M. Fertig shared his own experience using AI workflows, preparing QBRs, profiling partners, stuff that used to take ages, now much faster. And Neil McAvoy and Jay McBain, they echo this. They highlight how AI is getting rid of these manual tasks, really changing how channel management works day to day. Plus, Chris Lavoie made a pretty stark observation that a lack of AI adoption is emerging as a red flag for senior go-to-market roles.
Wow. A red flag. That's strong. Why do you think that is? What are the implications if leaders aren't adopting AI?
Well, it's a pretty clear warning sign, isn't it? It suggests leaders aren't just, missing out on cool new tech. They're potentially failing to strategically optimize, failing to gain efficiency, failing to keep a competitive edge. I mean, if your competitors are using AI to automate complex things like QBR prep in minutes and you're still doing it manually, well, that's a huge strain on resources. It's a barrier to scaling your partner ecosystem effectively. It signals maybe an inability to adapt.
Yeah, that puts the stakes very clearly. We're also seeing AI being applied directly to marketing and enablement, right? For demand gen, pipeline acceleration in B2B, Rachel Fuller and also Sinhat Bhansali, they offered insights on building data-driven pipelines using sophisticated partner portal platforms. It's all about using that data smarter.
True. AI is powerful, no doubt. But Becky Thompson offered a good dose of realism, reminding us about the limits of AI-generated content, which just reaffirms that you still need strong human-led partner marketing. You need differentiated messaging. It's not all automatable.
Right, the human element, the strategy, still key.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Human ingenuity, strategic thinking, still paramount. And if you connect this to the bigger picture, think about shifts in hyperscaler relationships. AWS, Google Cloud, Azure, they're actively reshaping partner expectations too. Saloni M talk about how the cloud marketplace is becoming this central catalog for digital services that redefines how partnerships will work, moving beyond just traditional reselling.
It really feels like the future is this blend, advanced tech needing that essential human strategy layer.
Okay, let's pivot to partner engagement and value. This theme feels like it moves beyond just the deals, the transactions, focusing more on deeper, maybe more authentic relationships. Exactly. What's becoming really clear is how partner success itself is being reframed. It's now centered much more on authentic engagement, like really listening, understanding, and addressing what partners actually need, not just chasing, vanity metrics. Gemma Telford gave that powerful reminder, just listen to partners. Simple, but crucial. And Lincoln Axon's perspective was to treat them like your first customers. Well, it's about getting into their world, understanding their challenges, not just pushing your own agenda all the time.
That really resonates. Sounds like moving from vendor-centric to genuinely partner-centric. And alongside that, we're seeing more talk about recognition, non-monetary rewards, complementing the usual financial incentives to get better alignment.
That's right. Ryan Morris and Dr. Petri Salonen, they've both observed this clear shift towards points-based partner compensation models. So it goes beyond just margins and rebates. It's about rewarding the behaviors you want to see, the contributions across the whole ecosystem. Pablo Hino took this even further. He outlined 5 touch points for incentives that actually reflect the full customer lifecycle, everything from lead discovery, pre-sales work through ordering, go live, all the way to renewal and expansion. rewarding the whole journey.
That's definitely more holistic. But it does raise a question, doesn't it? How many vendors can actually measure and reward value outside that final transaction? Feels like a pretty big hurdle for many.
Oh, it certainly is a challenge, no doubt. It needs robust data, clear metrics that go way beyond just revenue. But the ones who figure it out, they see significant benefits.
I bet. And the emphasis on trust, on cultural fit, relationship depth, that's also coming through strongly. As the real core of sustainable co-selling, joint marketing, Chris Herring, Marta Elbey, they both shared insights on why partnerships are relationships, not transactions. It's about being all in with aligned values.
It absolutely is. Okay, moving towards the end here. Go-to-market and growth. It's clear companies are really strategizing now for amplified impact through partners.
Yeah, Tatiana Ruggiero's thoughts really show how crucial integrated GTM motions are. Aligning sales, marketing, partner resources, treating direct and partner marketing like one unified effort for maximum customer impact. And Jane Sorensen-Herthel, she clarifies something really important. The difference between partner leads, partner-driven sales, and partner-led growth. Can you unpack those nuances for us quickly?
Sure. So partner leads, that's basically just a referral from a partner. Simple enough. Partner-driven sales usually means the partner closes a deal, but maybe the vendor or another channel initiated or influenced it significantly. But partner-led growth, that's the big one. It means the partner owns the entire customer lifecycle, from finding the lead to closing the deal, and crucially, sticking around for expansion and retention. They're acting like a true extension of your own GTM engine. Getting that distinction right is vital for setting clear expectations and strategies.
That clarity definitely makes a difference. Bob Goodman also framed channel strategy design itself as this ongoing choice, right? Between direct, indirect, hybrid, even franchising models, picking what best delivers value, not a one-off decision.
Exactly. It needs constant evaluation. And Michelle Teo and Rajiv Kumar gave some powerful examples of leveraging local partners for market entry, especially in places like India, where they noted, quote, relationships win where logic stalls. It just highlights that even the best global strategy needs that local nuance, that cultural understanding to actually work.
Such a crucial reminder. And Mindy Anderson's experiences seem to confirm that strategic partner marketing really does accelerate deal velocity, especially in fast-moving areas like cybersecurity and SaaS. Plus, Sarah Bauman notes that rising channel marketing budgets for 2025. They clearly signal that scalability and efficiency are top growth priorities. It really points to the channel becoming an even more critical engine for growth.
Okay, our final theme now, leadership and operating model. This focuses on the internal stuff, the structures, the mindsets that really underpin channel success, often where things succeed or fail, honestly.
And what's really interesting here is how people are questioning those traditional promotions, like moving a top sales leader into a channel role, especially if their skills don't really match a partner-led model. Emmanuel Engel shared a real case example, a top sales manager who actually failed as a channel leader. It just underlines that direct sales skills don't automatically translate. Mike Alton and Robin Diamond reinforced this too, stressing that partnerships need to be treated as a dedicated growth lever requiring full investment, not just some side responsibility.
It's a critical distinction, and it makes you ask, are companies really building the right leadership for partner-led growth, or just slotting people in? Then there's the operational alignment. Grape Courtnoy and Sugata Sanyal make a really strong case for RevOps alignment revenue operations being structurally necessary. Connecting PartnerOps properly with core sales and marketing. Greg even suggested PartnerOps should be the first hire for a VP of partnerships, calls it the most critical function in go-to-market. And Aaron Howerton points out this complete gap in ecosystem tooling within the core GTM platforms, which just highlights the challenge PartnerOps teams face.
So the operational backbone is just as vital as the strategy itself.
Got it. And while tech like AI evolves, it seems culture and collaboration are still central. Mary Beth Walker and Patrick Bauer position AI as maybe a catalyst for future channel teamwork. We're also seeing things like podcasts, community content really being used for continuous enablement. You mentioned Chelsea Pierce's Extreme Partner Pulse podcast, Aoife Sanel and Alan Butler's Partnerships Unraveled, Vince Mencione's Ultimate Partner, Teresa Caragol, Anna Carolina Cardoso Gillen too. It shows this move towards constant learning, sharing knowledge in the community.
Exactly. Empowering the people doing the work. And Christian Ebel wraps this theme up with some really sharp advice. It's about prioritizing partnerships.
Wow.
Knowing what you can and cannot do effectively, communicating those priorities clearly, and being, as he puts it, ruthless in that focus, making deliberate strategic choices to actually succeed in the channel. Okay, That brings us to the end of this deep dive. If you enjoyed it, remember, new episodes drop every 2 weeks. And do check out our other editions covering account-based marketing, field marketing, AI and B2B marketing, MarTech, go-to-market, and social selling.
Yeah, thank you for joining us for this look into the latest in channel marketing. It's definitely clear this space is incredibly dynamic, full of challenges, but also exciting possibilities.
We really hope you gained some valuable insights today. And as we've seen just how rapidly channel strategies are evolving, here's something to think about. What element of partnership for you do you believe is the most resistant to change, and why? Definitely subscribe to the deep dive for more insights like these. Thanks for listening.